So the Pittsburgh Steelers just hired Mike McCarthy as their new head coach, replacing Mike Tomlin after his long run. A Pittsburgh native coming home to coach the black and gold? Sounds wholesome on paper, until you actually look at the resume and the vibes. Let's cook this hire properly. First off, congrats to the Steelers on hiring the human equivalent of a reliable but slightly outdated minivan. McCarthy's got that I've been around forever energy. He's 62, the oldest head coach in Steelers history by a mile. The last three guys, Nall, Cowher, and Tomlin, were all hired in their mid-30s, young, hungry, defensive-minded, and they delivered rings and decades of stability. Now, they're going full grandpa mode with a guy whose peak was beating the Steelers in Super Bowl 45, 15 years ago. That's like hiring your high school reunion DJ to run the offense in 2026. Why McCarthy, though? The Steelers basically said, we want experience. A homecoming story, and maybe a shot at keeping Aaron Rodgers from retiring to his ayahuasca retreats. McCarthy coached Rodgers to a Super Bowl and those early MVPs. So yeah, this smells like a desperate, please come back to Aaron. Not hiring him to lure Rodgers per reports, but come on, it's definitely part of the sales pitch. The Steelers went from defense wins championships to let's reunite the 2010 Packers staff and pray the offense finally shows up. Now is McCarthy overrated? Absolutely, and here's the receipts. Yes, he won a ring, but let's be real, Aaron Rodgers carried that team for years. McCarthy's play calling got stale, clock management was a meme. How many times did he ice his own kicker? And he got canned mid-season in 2018 after the team quit on him. Rodgers basically ran the show anyway. He coached the Dallas Cowboys 4 to 5 years, one playoff win, a wild card miracle, and a whole lot of America's team hype with 0 deep runs. He had Dak Prescott, one of the most talented QBs in the league, elite weapons, and still couldn't get past the divisional round consistently. Classic McCarthy, good enough to keep your job, not great enough to win big. His record is solid, 174-112 2 regular season, but it's padded by talented rosters and no real killer instinct when it matters. This hire screams safe, boring, and nostalgic instead of bold or innovative. The Steelers broke their golden rule of young, up-and-coming defensive ingeniuses for a retread offensive coach who's older than half the roster. It's like trading in a Ferrari for a Buick. Reliable gets you there, but zero excitement. And if Rodgers bounces anyway? Oof. This could age like milk faster than McCarthy's play sheet from 2010. Who the Steelers should have targeted instead. Here are the top alternatives that would have kept the streak alive and brought fresh energy. Number 1. Brian Flores, the defensive mastermind who turned Miami's defense into a nightmare and has experience. He's aggressive, innovative on that side of the ball, and could build on the Steelers' already strong D while fixing the offense through better game management. He was reportedly in the mix early. Why not go all in on the guy who screams Steelers football, too? Jesse Minter, Ravens defensive coordinator who's been lighting it up. Young, rising star, defensive pedigree, and he fits the mold of the next great Steelers DC turned HC, like Tomlin. Baltimore just hired someone else, but Minter's the kind of up-and-comer who could have carried the torch. Hiring him would have been the bold, future-proof move instead of a nostalgia play. 3. Anthony Weaver, another defensive rising star, Ravens/Baltimore ties again. He's got coordinator chops, knows how to scheme against top offenses, and could have kept that black and gold defensive identity intact while modernizing things. Reports had him as a contender. Passing on him for McCarthy feels like a missed opportunity to stay true to roots. 4. Clint Kubiak, or another young OC like Nate Schilhaas if they wanted offense. If they were dead set on fixing the offense, go for a hot, innovative play caller instead of a 15-year-old retread. Kubiak's been rising fast. Someone fresh could have brought real creativity without the baggage. Bottom line, the Steelers had a chance to evolve, hire a defensive phenom to extend the dynasty, or a young offensive mind to finally fix the biggest hole. Instead, they went safe, old school, and homecoming story. It's not a disaster, but it's not exciting either. This could be the hire that ends the 3 coaches since 1969 legend with a whimper instead of a bang. What do you think? Avengers, does this move keep the streak alive, or is it the start of the post-Tomlin mediocrity era? Drop your takes below, smash that like, and say a prayer for Steeler fans. Peace.